Last week, Nigel Farage confirmed he received £5 million from crypto billionaire Chris Harborn. He took the money before he became an MP and he didn't declare it. Reforms say they don't have to. Now that's a legal argument, you can disagree with it all you want. And the rules of Parliament do say that all donations made in the previous 12 months before they become an MP should be declared. You can think he should have been more transparent. But the key thing, the one that matters, is that it's a thing you can debate. Unless, apparently, you're Suella Braverman.
I'm sorry, Sophie, but are you suggesting that Nigel Farage should be going around without security? You suggesting he should be killed? He should be exposed?
I'm not. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying that there is an argument, a very clear argument, that he needs security.
This is the woman who served as the Home Secretary, not once but twice. And she just accused Sophie Ridge of wanting her party leader assassinated, for asking whether he should have declared a financial gift. This is the standard of argument that Reform UK Limited is fielding on this story, and honestly, we should probably let her make it. Some quick context on Braverman. Former Attorney General, Home Secretary under Liz Truss, which lasted 3 weeks before she resigned for using her personal email for official business. Home Secretary again under Rishi Sunak, who then sacked her in November of 2023 after she published an op-ed that was, even by the standards of that government, really unhinged. She tried to run for the Conservative leader after the 2024 election and couldn't get enough nominations to appear on the ballot. She wrote an article last year arguing that she doesn't consider herself English because she has no generational ties to English soil, a position that, given that she's the person responsible who gets to come to England, raises some interesting questions. In January, she announced she'd come home to Reform UK Limited. She's now their Education, Skills and Equalities spokesperson, a job she immediately used to announce that Reform would scrap the Equality Act. But that one's for another time. Today, she's on programme talking about different Reform policy, banning foreign students from taking out UK student loans, which she claims would save $2 billion a year. She gets about 3 or 4 minutes on that. Then Sophie Ridge asks about Nigel Farage.
He didn't declare it. Has he broken the rules?
So the story is this. Farage confirmed to the Daily Telegraph that he received approximately $5 million from Christopher Harborn. Harborn is a crypto billionaire based in Thailand with a 12% stake in Tether. It's a stable coin that the UK government imposed an immediate moratorium on for political donations this year. I'm not going to lie, I don't follow Bitcoin. I don't know what a stable coin is, but that's what it is, apparently. And this ban was down to the risk of foreign influence. In the past year, Harborn's donated around $12 million to Reform UK Limited as a party. He also gave $1.5 million to the Conservative Party in 2022 and £1 million to Boris Johnson's private office after Johnson left Downing Street. So it's pretty clear this guy's got more money than sense. The $5 million to Farage personally was for his security, as Farage tells it. He had a milkshake thrown over him in 2019. His home was later firebombed, apparently, and the state, he says, wouldn't protect him. So Harborn stepped in. Fine, so here's the rule. The House of Commons Code of Conduct is explicit. New MPs must register all financial interest and registerable benefits received in the 12 months prior to their election. Where they were in doubt, register it. Farage was elected in July of 2024 and the 12-month window runs from July to 2023. The payment was made in 2024 and he didn't register it. The Conservatives have referred him to the Parliamentary Standards Commissioner. Labour say he broke the rules and Reform sent Suella Braverman to explain why he didn't. Her first line of defence is a personal gift, private purposes, nothing to do with politics.
No, Nigel Farage received a personal gift for his private purposes. MPs, he received it before he was an MP, before he was a candidate, before he was even thinking about becoming a candidate. Now, it's right that elected MPs should declare donations which are made for the purposes of their job, but that doesn't apply to this situation with Nigel Farage.
Before he was even thinking about it. Not before he was a candidate, that would at least be a factual claim. Before the thought had even formed. In May of 2024, Farage posted publicly that he would not stand. Not the right time.
I had, to be honest with you, put in place some preparations to launch next week. I wonder whether the Conservative Party found out about it. I think the sense of panic that we saw yesterday, the badly prepared speech, might perhaps have prompted it a little bit.
To be clear, you were about to launch a campaign to stand as an MP next week.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Where were you going to stand?
That wasn't certain. That wasn't certain. There were a variety of options that I could have gone for, but I was about to do it next week to say, look, I'm going to do this full on. However, that's the only thing that's changed. The fact that I won't be standing has changed. Am I going to be campaigning? Yes. If the Tories think it's great, Nigel's not standing, they're wrong. I'm going to be involved in this campaign, absolutely. What I could not do in the space of 6 weeks, and yes, all right, he's wrong-footed me, but in the space of 6 weeks was to find a constituency from scratch and go around the country. I'm utterly committed to reform. I believe their agenda is the only one that can actually stop the sense of national decline that we're in.
On June the 3rd, he reversed it. He announced for Clacton, committed to lead reform for 5 years and won the seat following month. Whether he was thinking about it in the months prior was not something Braverman knows. What we do know is that the payment landed within the declaration window regardless. Sophie Ridge, patient, accurate and clearly aware she's going in circles, keeps landing on the same point.
The issue here isn't about whether it's appropriate for Nigel Farage to have security, which I think many would agree with. The issue is that he got a £5 million from somebody and did not declare it. That's the issue.
No, but you're blurring the lines and you're missing the point with respect. He needed security before he was an MP for his personal...
Yeah, I know, I'm aware. I'm absolutely aware of the argument for Nigel Farage needing security. I'm saying that... But if you receive £5 million from somebody for something that you very much need, just before becoming an MP, when the rules said that you are supposed to declare registrable benefits in the 12 months before, you can understand. You can understand the issue here, right?
I'm sorry, Sophie, but are you suggesting that Nigel Farage should be going around without security? Are you suggesting he should be killed? He should be exposed?
I'm not. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying that there is an argument, a very clear argument, that he needs security. I'm not diminishing that at all. I think you're correct in saying that. What I'm saying is that if you get £5 million for somebody, you should declare it.
Braverman can't dispute this because it's the actual rule, word for word. So she pivots. He needed the money. The state let him down. You can't expect a man to walk around unprotected. All of this is, well, this is the thing, not what anybody's arguing about.
Well, not necessarily. If you're not an MP, no, you don't need to declare it. If you're not a candidate, you don't need to declare it. If you're using it as a private individual, you don't need to declare it. The rules are very clear. And I think the attack...
Also, new MPs must register all their financial interests and registrable benefits received in the 12 months before their election.
Because what you're suggesting is that Nigel Farage should be walking around without any security.
I have to come in there. I have to come in there again. I'm really sorry. I have to come in again because you are deliberately misinterpreting what I've said. I have said throughout the interview that I absolutely understand the reason that Nigel Farage needs security, and I agree with them. I've made that point many times through this interview because I think it's important to say that, right?
Now, Sophie Ridge has told Braverman at this point 4 separate times that she agrees Farage may need protection. That wasn't in dispute. Whether the money was spent appropriately isn't in dispute. The dispute is about the declaration. A simple form, a line in the register that says, I received this from this person and it was this amount. Braverman can't explain why that line wasn't filled in, so she goes completely random somewhere else.
Just before becoming an MP, when the rules said that you are supposed to declare registrable benefits in the 12 months before, you can understand. You can understand the issue here, right?
I'm sorry, Sophie, but are you suggesting that Nigel Farage should be going around without security? Are you suggesting he should be killed? He should be exposed?
I'm not. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying that there is an argument, a very clear argument, that he needs security. I'm not diminishing that at all. I think you're correct in saying that. What I'm saying is that if you get £5 million for somebody, you should declare it.
But Ridge doesn't take the bait. She just corrects it, calmly, for the 5th time. What Braverman is doing here isn't an accident. It's a move you make when the argument isn't working. Find the most extreme version of what the other person might conceivably mean and say it out loud as if that's what they said. And wait to see if the outrage lands. Again, Sophie Ridge doesn't give her the reaction she needs. She just repeats herself, and Braverman has to back down. So this is why this interview is really rich. Braverman keeps returning to the same complaint. The state failed Farage. The Home Office wouldn't give him protection. He was left to sort it out himself, which it could be said is a genuine failure of government. She ran the Home Office for over a year, across 2 stints. The state's failure to protect Nigel Farage happened, or at least in part, on her watch. She was now presenting that failure as a justification for why he took $5 million from a Tether shareholder without declaring it. There's almost something like cinematic about it. Suella Braverman, whose entire political identity runs on law and order and accountability and the rule of law, sitting in a Zoom TV interview telling a presenter that a $5 million gift from a crypto billionaire doesn't need to go in a register because Farage probably wasn't thinking about standing at the time. When she was sacked and she said Sunak had manifestly and repeatedly failed to deliver, she built a career demanding accountability from others. Oh, and if you subscribe now, if you're new here, you won't miss the Standards Commissioner's findings when they land, because I've definitely covered that. And based on this, they will land. She's on TV this morning because she can't explain why he didn't declare it. Ben Habib, former Reform co-leader, said this week that he initially declined to join the party in part because of the money changing hands between Harburn, Farage and Johnson. When politicians dance to the tune of their donors, he said, this is British people who are screwed. Habib isn't a natural observer, but he knew the party from the inside, and what he's describing, the same donor funneled millions to Farage personally, to Reform collectively, and to Johnson's private office, isn't a set of coincidences, it's a pattern. The Parliamentary Standards Commission will investigate. Maybe they'll conclude that the rules don't apply. Maybe there's a technical exemption Reform's lawyers have found and everyone else has just missed. Maybe Nigel Farage is generally not thinking about standing for Parliament when a crypto billionaire handed him £5 million for his personal security, and that kind of exempts it, I don't know. But here's the thing about the rules. They don't care what you were thinking at the time. And if you're thinking this was a car crash interview for Braverman, well, you haven't actually seen her when she first started doing interviews. And I've got one right here. It's a little old, but definitely worth a watch. Video's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.